I'm like, yo, I should be on this.
Oh, yeah,
You
you
know, I
should.
should be on this. So yeah,
I'm
I decided that I'm going to be full time because I'm filming from my studio,
okay,
which
okay,
is the comfort of my house. And
okay,
my studio is pretty much anything that you'd find in LA.
okay.
So
Nice, nice. I
it's
love it.
yes.
My studio
So
is in my house too, in the basement of my house. This is where
yes.
my
So it's
studio
at the
is.
comfort of my house.
Yeah,
So I'm really trying. This year has been a transition to really saying this is what I really
want to do.
want to do. And I
Nice.
always knew this, but it's becoming apparent that I'm gonna
That
be putting more time.
that you got the gift. You have the gift. You know,
I,
you have it. You have it. You have it. So you are the, like I said, the Wendy Williams of the Caribbean. And for
no.
anybody
Mhm,
and the world coming,
mhm.
for
The
anybody,
Caribbean for now.
for Caribbean for now. Anybody that wants to know
Yeah.
anything that's going on in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, they go to your page, right? Why did you start Tea Time? Like, why did this all come about?
Well, I'm going to give full props to Wendy Williams.
Okay.
I'm going to give full props to Joan Rivers
Mm,
because that's who I grew up and watched them. I mean,
okay.
I'm not like when I saw Wendy transitioned out of
Yeah.
radio
Yeah.
and I was like watching her every day and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, to see her not being able to do this
Yeah.
inspired me to
Yeah.
say, no, I'm not replacing her. I'm just inspired because her wit is similar to my style of comedy,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna mix it up with Joan Rivers. It's telling the truth,
Truth.
and
Yeah.
it's a different form of entertainment um, that's needed,
That's needed.
and she's
Definitely.
missed.
Yeah.
She's definitely
Definitely.
missed. So anybody on here that has know a woman in Jamaica adores her, um, full respect to her and her name. She is the queen,
Yes.
and I'm only paying homage. And I believe that I have the talent to actually do it,
You
and it's my
definitely do.
personality.
Yeah. You
Yes,
definitely. You definitely do. How long have you been doing tea time? How long has tea time been around?
it's a year and a half.
Wow.
I don't even think it's that long. It's I started it last year,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a few episodes. But again, this year, people think I did a lot of episodes last year, but they were extremely viral.
Viral. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I did 20 episodes
Wow.
last year. So,
Wow.
yeah, and they were really viral. So this year now, as I said, was like, you know what? Let me increase it. So I've been doing from January this year now, like
Mm-hmm.
stepping up and saying, people, they want it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm not funded by anyone, so
Mm-hmm.
I do this. And, with a dream of, a cable company or network, coming
Somebody
and
picking
saying,
it
hey,
up. Yeah.
picking it up.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping the dream alive and I'm doing more episodes Breakfast in Bob
Barry
Marley, it
Harley.
won't happen.
Yes. 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 Yes.
If
Yes.
they do it, it won't be real.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm not making
Definitely.
anybody count me out.
That's right.
No, no, no. I inspired
Yeah.
greatness. Yeah.
Definitely. 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 Now, a lot of times people say that you have this platform for maliciousness. It's
No.
not something that's positive. Like, the critics have a lot to say when it comes to tea time. What do you want to say to those people when they say those things to you?
I always say, watch it. I always say, you clearly aren't watching the program because I have done more programs on missing girls.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have followed more stories on sex trafficking,
Mhm, mhm.
serious issues affecting women and children.
Yeah.
And no, and I'll tell you, you do the episode and then they have the least amount of views.
Views.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I'm saying, come on, my program isn't about cartel all the time or mix up.
Right.
But what it's not a reflection on me, it's a reflection on
Um,
you. When the mix up is on, that's when everybody finds
they tune
themselves
in.
over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to find or giving stories of families not getting justice or
Yes.
any of
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
it gets little or no coverage, but it's there. I've never deleted a video even if I didn't like it.
Mm.
So there's no video on tea time that is deleted.
Okay.
So it's easy for you to go and see how many times I've spoken about tough, cases. I've
Yeah.
had mothers. I also did a Barbara Walters type of interview
Mhm.
where I had to interview somebody from the political party PNP who
Okay.
was mixed up in a
Y-
murder case.
Yes, I
And
remember that. I remember that one.
okay, no
Yeah.
one is giving my this. It had nothing to do with mix up. It had to do with my interviewing skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
that would be me watching 48 Hours as one of my top programs, or
Right.
Barbara Walter. So clearly, I have the gift to be in front of the camera and bring out. The thing about me is that, and I've always been told, I can sit with anyone,
Anyone, yeah.
and that's my gift.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because I remember when Medic was missing, you were definitely one, if not the most outspoken person when it came to her being missing. Why was that necessary for you to do?
My track record, especially Twitter, and I will tell you, it's not everything that I've done in my lifetime
Mm-hmm.
I am proud of
Right,
or
right,
anything, but I'm real.
right.
Okay. But my track record on missing women,
Mm-hmm.
murdered women, children has always been in my DNA to be an advocate for.
Okay, okay,
Now, Medic was a little bit closer to home.
okay, okay.
So I was her booking agent pre-corona,
Oh, wow, wow.
COVID. Yes.
Okay,
So her then manager brought her to my agency because I had a big agency with over 15 artists
okay,
that I had to close down in Corona.
okay, okay,
Just
okay.
when my agency was about to lift,
Mm.
okay? Right. And so she was one of them. So we were able, I spent some time with her. I went to a few shows with her.
Okay, okay.
Um, so I got to meet her and understood that she was a real,
Real
genuine
person. Yeah,
person, and
yeah.
we connected. And when she was missing, it was like I woke up and heard my own child was missing.
Ooh,
It
ooh.
connected to me like that.
Okay.
And to this day, I still keep in touch with her mom. And I believe Medic is talking through me because
Wow.
I do keep it, and I've put myself in a lot of fire
Mm.
stepped on
A
people's
lot of
toes to
toes.
get
Yeah. Yeah.
the JCF
Yeah.
going until they at least found her, quote
Yes.
unquote,
Quote. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And still there is no justice. So we haven't. It's not even over. But it took it emotionally.
Mm.
It drained me.
Yeah,
I
I can
didn't I
imagine.
didn't shoot an episode for 5 weeks
Wow.
during that period.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, so people don't even see the sacrifices, and
Mm.
that's fine. They only see what they see on internet, and they can. But the thing about this job is that I am okay for all the negativity.
Yeah.
I'm so fine.
Yeah.
You know, those who want to see through it will see through it.
Definitely. Definitely. I, I also see that, and I noticed that you tend to give, let's say, the smaller people a platform, as like Miss Barbara, Derek, and those folks that people wouldn't normally interview. Why is that necessary for you to do?
I'm going to answer as honest as I will can, and I hope you understand it when I answer.
Okay.
It's my purpose.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
It's simply my purpose on earth from Yahweh to change people's lives.
Yeah.
And people don't understand the fluff behind the mix-up.
Yeah.
Is to bring people in for the message.
Yes. Yes.
So when you're feeding a child and they're sick, right? They don't want the garlic or the bitterness.
True.
They want something that has sweets on it.
Yeah.
So my purpose is to bring people's awareness.
Yeah.
But again, if I just did a simple show, it wouldn't bring the people.
Yeah.
If I said, hey, people are missing over here, no one really looks.
Yeah.
The ones that do sends messages and says, good job, Shelly, we see what you're doing. But if I said, the government of Jamaica is closed, and take it from an angle which is not untrue.
Right.
But it brings a story, connects more dots of journalism, and it brings more attention to what we need to look
for.
at.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Derek, if people saw and watched the last episode with Derek, my message was to him is that you are worthy.
Yes.
You are worthy.
Yes.
And things like food, you should never feel bad about.
Yeah.
True?
Definitely.
No one.
Definitely.
As a big man.
Yeah.
Okay? No curious circumstances and all of that. Also, my purpose was to promote his shirt business.
Okay.
And I also took a budget out of my thing to buy.
Wow.
I didn't ask him to give me any free merch. I bought merch for my entire team.
Wow.
And that's what I could do.
Yeah.
But I do what I can do. And I gave the platform so people, and then when we aired it, I had people wanting to order 50.
Wow.
And 60 from him from America.
Nice.
The truth is, if he had someone like me in his corner, he could be making a lot. But at least he got him some exposure of more people understanding why it's important to give him some, because he started a business and we should applaud him.
Definitely.
We need to applaud him. So I'm trying to bring the message.
Yeah. The message is very, very, very important because everyone has a story, right? Everyone on earth has a story. everybody has a story, and sometimes a lot of their stories, a lot of people can relate to them. So I'm going to give you credit for, taking the time out to interview those individuals, like I said, that would not, other people wouldn't even reach, just because, oh, they're not big enough to be on my platform and those types of things. So I want to say to you, kudos for reaching to the little people and making sure that the world sees them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's talk about you, with the things that you say, the things you put out. You got sued, right? How, going forward, do you think that there's anything that you would change about your platform, that you cannot be sued for defamation of character? Do you think you'll change anything, or this is tea time and that is it?
Um, okay, there's two parts in it, and I'm going to say as much as I can,
as you could,
because
right?
the suit is still within the court,
Right.
But I want to bring a clarification on your program,
okay,
about the suit.
Okay.
My suit was never about my show.
Okay.
It wasn't about anything that I said on my show.
Wow.
The suit is a retweet that I did.
Okay.
And also nationwide.
Okay.
The question is, why was I sued?
Why you?
Right. Remember, retweeting, it wasn't my word.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
it's in the public domain.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
That is as much as I can say.
Wow.
So my show and Shelly, from what she has said, has never been sued for what I have started or nothing.
Okay.
A retweet that clearly shows I'm putting up something somebody else has said. With little or no commentary. You make it what it is. So do I expect people to target me for being the voice? For Usain Bolt, for talking? Yes.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
So am I scared? No, I'm not. Will I stop? I mean, I'm sure everyone in this industry, Tasha K, Wendy Williams, they've all had to be sued, and for various reasons.
Right.
It's definitely, and it's a part of it. You can't be bringing the news. I mean, even news outlets are sued.
Yes. Yeah.
Cliff Hughes was sued and lost.
Yeah.
And lost.
Yeah.
And lost.
Yeah.
That's not defamation. That's facts. He paid $12 million to PJ Patterson. So if Cliff Hughes can be sued, why are they making a big deal about little Shelly Curran being sued over a repost?
Yeah. Does this person have a personal vendetta, or?
No, I don't think so. And I don't want to
say
much. I've made an apology.
Okay, yes, you did.
About the repost.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
And it's, as I said, it's something that's in there. But the clarity I wanted to say is that this is quite normal for people in the media and in this space. And it doesn't necessarily, you can take what you want. If you think I'm guilty, you think I'm not. It hasn't gone to it's in the court. Okay. Right?
Okay.
And that's what I'll say. But it's important people know that I wasn't sued for my show or anything that came out of my mouth. Okay.
Perfect. Why haven't you interviewed Candy?
Well, say my God Yahweh tell me I can't lie. So let me just tell you the facts. My team, Cardo, and Cardo, my director, my backbone, my love, everything.
Hi, Cardo.
Yeah, big up Cardo, one Cardo. We reached out to Candy, and we got a message back that she wanted money.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yes. Um, I do not pay anyone to be on the show, and
Mm,
I've heard that I do, and
okay.
that's not me. I could drop some tea and tell you who does out of Jamaica, but I don't.
Drop it, drop it, drop
So,
it.
well, me here one new podcast that come up, and she's offering big money for some big artists, but I won't.
Oh, okay.
I not going to. You're going to have to see my value and what I
Yes.
do. And until that time, you know what? My show isn't about celebrities.
Mm,
My show is about, listen, I have taxi men on my show. I have stars on my show. And
yes.
I told you, we don't see people like of importance. We see a
A
story.
story. Yeah.
So I'm never worried if a star says
No.
no,
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, my show is the bomb. And
Definitely.
we have an angle for everything,
Yeah.
and we have something to pull that can give the audience knowledge.
Definitely.
So we were the voice of the people. I never
Yes.
said I was the voice of the stars.
Mm. I like
Yeah.
it. You know, I'm standing here and I'm listening to you because in doing this, and I've been doing this for a very long time, right? I've been asked to pay for certain interviews myself, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's not when I ask for interviews. You either do it or you don't. I'm not paying anyone to be here. And what are you going to bring for me? Like, what do I get out of it if I give you my money?
I, I honestly am not. I'm not going to give up on Candy because her
Her
story
story. Oh my
is
gosh. Oh my
powerful,
goodness.
and sometimes, and I don't want Candy to hear this interview and think I don't want her. I
Mm,
still want you,
yeah, yeah.
but one day you will see that Auntie Shelly is of value to you, because what
Mm,
I want to do is to bring awareness to your situation. I want
yes.
to know how you reach there. I want
Yeah.
to know what you're doing with your talent. I
Mm-hmm.
want to know how we can
Help.
add to it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when she realizes that, but unfortunately, I'm not going to sit here and just wait on Candy. We
Yes.
move on.
There's other things to do. I mean, I reached out to her as well, to get an interview when she was with the young man the other day. He replied, but you know, nothing ever came of it. So I don't know if people, if she's seeing the messages and all of these other things. So I don't really know what is going on with her and whatever,
Well, let's
but
put it in the atmosphere. The team or the producers working with Candy, we're asking you to give her a coaching
yeah.
session on if you're going to be a, your upcoming artist and stuff. You're going to have to do interviews.
Yeah.
And there's also one day when no one wants to see you.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
you got to be careful. There might be a time when you become unpopular, and then
Yes.
you will have to spend money to be in the headline.
Yes.
It's so weird
Yeah.
because people take this. I'm a media personnel.
Mm,
Yeah,
mhm.
why am I light?
Oh, yeah, the light went out?
Can you see me
Yeah,
good?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Yeah. So that's my story with Candy. I'm still holding out. Tea
Yeah.
time isn't going anywhere. So we're just gonna wait until the time. And by the way, this is my first interview for 2024. I'm
Really?
very, yes, and I'm literally very selective. I want to pick up
Oh,
Dewey.
I just
Dewey's
saw her on
on
the live.
here.
Hi, Dewey.
Dewey, I love you, bro. I love you.
That's the one of the
Yes.
questions I wanted to ask you, right? Do you find yourself, do you feel like you are partly responsible for getting Dewey and Queenie back together?
Um, listen, I'm never going to take credit for that.
Mm,
But I can tell you that the interview with Dewey is
Mm.
one of the best I've ever felt. And that's
Wow.
because we bonded spiritually.
Mm.
And there's a level of respect that was within this room.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
I told you in the interview, do what makes you feel happy.
Mm. Mm.
And because we had a spiritual bond, he made decisions as
Yeah.
a man.
Yeah.
And I told him, see him say, big
Big
up
up
yourself,
yourself.
Shelly, nothing but love, yeah? Nothing but love. So here is it.
Yeah.
Sometimes what I saw with Dewey is that people are interfering in their
Opinions.
opinions.
Yeah.
And my spirit was there to reinforce that you live by your own self.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that means if he wants to be with her
Mm-hmm.
or not be with her,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you do what makes you happy.
Happy. Yeah.
And he did exactly that.
Yeah.
So he can tell you on his program, you can have him and you can ask him if I
Yeah.
had any influence, but I'm not going to take credit. I just want to tell you that it goes to show you with the numbers that we did on that show
Mm-hmm.
that you don't have to have a artist that's selling out.
Yeah.
You get stories from people who are real.
Definitely.
And
Def-
that's what I focused on.
definitely. Definitely. I love it. Absolutely love it. Would you change anything if you could go back? Would you change anything about your life, about your experiences? Would you change anything?
No, because I've become a highly spiritual person
Mm.
now, and I know who I serve. I know who is the devil.
Yeah.
I know some of the things that I couldn't identify as devilish
Mm.
in the past
Mm.
that I had encountered. And I guess I would say if I didn't dance with him,
You wouldn't have find out, right?
I wouldn't have been this aware
Yeah.
in my purpose.
Yeah.
So, how can I regret all of it?
Yeah.
It is the reason why I'm highly spiritual and know my purpose, and it's so clear.
Yeah.
And I go after topics like the P. Diddy,
Mm-hmm.
if they came after Jamaicans because they had an agenda, it's
Gender.
some
Yeah.
serious topic.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
we have to talk about the devil
Mm-hmm.
being in the entertainment
Industry. Yeah.
and what we are doing for likes and money.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be this person if I didn't have that craving
Mm.
for it one time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if Puff Daddy was to look in his DM,
Mm-hmm.
um, like a random person from Jamaica asking, how can I be a part
Part
of
of.
Bad Boy?
Yeah.
I if I ever became famous and he went into a message, thank God I never asked for to be it really was to be, how could I be a part
Part
of
of
this?
you.
But
Yeah.
we have, knowing what I know now, the message is we have to be careful
Careful. Yeah. Very.
of what we ask for.
What we put in the universe.
We have to be careful because not all that glisten is not
Not
gold.
gold.
So over the years, I would say I was very bossy,
Mm.
growing up and in my 30s, even 40s,
Mm-hmm.
the early 40s, showing up. My spiritual journey has humbled me.
Nice. Nice.
And I totally live for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's because, and with that, I have no fear
Mm.
because I'm this closer to being with my God
Yes.
and,
Yeah.
and seeing things in a clearer light. Like I literally stopped wearing jewelry.
Mm.
I used to be like, don't you see my Rolex? Don't you, you know, yeah, go to the clubs and buy
By the
Hennessy that I did not want
drink.
to
Yeah,
drink.
yeah, yeah.
I used to have a slogan that says cheap liquor hurt my stomach. And
Ooh.
looking back, I'm
Mm.
ashamed of how shallow
Wow.
I really was.
Wow. But the good thing about
But
it
I
is
had to
that you do better, right? You when you know better, you do better. So you're doing better.
it's not a matter of knowing better. It's being closer to
To
God.
God. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because when you realize the devil comes in the ego
Mm-hmm.
and the devil comes with material stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and you will see all that's going on in the TikTok world
Yeah,
and
yeah,
um, what everybody's doing right now. The devil is laughing right now over TikTok. You worried about my show?
yeah.
Worry
What
about
about that?
what people are doing for taps and roses. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, yeah. You know the craziest thing that you said that is that I don't know how folks sit and listen to a lot of these personalities cussing each other and all of this, all kinds of stuff on TikTok. It literally gives me a headache. Like, why is this necessary to happen? Don't you guys see what's happening?
It's money, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it plain and straight. The devil is at work,
Yeah.
and I mean, people might not be knowing, but I have been going through my own awakening
I like
from
that.
3D to 5D,
I like
where
that.
I start to see things totally
Different.
from a different sphere,
Yeah.
and I don't belong. So last year, early last year, I could have been. So I'm not even talking bad about them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I could have been caught up in that if it was 2 years ago, a year and a half,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had some serious spiritual work,
Yeah.
and I will never be one of them now. So I am more sure on how I want to present myself more than
Definitely.
ever.
Definitely.
I hardly do the Instagram lives anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I am purpose. And one of the things is that what I realize is that even with the lawsuit,
Mm-hmm.
it's my words matter. So
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
be careful. Me. So Nationwide can say something and I can retweet it
And
and
you get
I'm
sued.
held. Yeah, me.
Yeah.
But that makes me kind of powerful, doesn't it?
You know the funniest thing that you said that it does make you powerful, and it also says that while people may look at it as a bad thing, this could be God putting something in your hand that you have no idea is coming.
Correct. So I embrace it. So what it has done for me is not shut me down.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because you can say allegedly all day, or I hear say,
So. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you can say anything you want. It's just that it's a part of all the process that I've been
Yes.
through this year, not that alone, like the spiritual awakening and all of
Yeah.
that, closer to God. It made me just wonder, what do I want to be about?
Very interesting.
What does my words want to, what case? So it even
Yeah.
goes to the cases that I take,
Yeah. Yeah.
and some of the nonsensical things
Mm-hmm.
I just won't do again.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell
And
people.
it's not because the people said they didn't want to hear it. I
Don't wanna.
am not comfortable. And that's it. I'm still living for Shelly.
Yeah. Definitely.
In my skin, what my skin,
Yeah.
not what anybody in the comment section. Ain't nobody gonna send me to the gym until I'm ready to go to the gym. When I'm ready, I'll take off the pounds. Right now, I'm okay with Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy is looking good. I see y'all telling me how much weight I'm.
Wow.
Happy.
People tell you
Yeah, I find it funny because I have that layer of skin and confidence that no one can really understand. I put myself out there.
Mm.
So you are okay to criticize me. And I
Yeah.
tell everybody, if you're not ready to take the criticism,
Don't
this is
don't
not
do
your
this.
field.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, Miss Shelly, in speaking with you, I'm literally living my own stuff in my head, right? Because I've had that instance of where I was doing an interview and someone screenshot my picture and put it in a group and they were talking about my weight gain and all of this other stuff, right? And I don't think
Yes.
people understand that while we are gaining weight, you don't know what's going on with me, right? You have no idea what's happening with me, that all of these things are happening. I was going through stuff and some weight came on, but people don't take
I
it's ridiculous.
having said that, because I'm all about truth, right?
Hmm.
I suffer from major scoliosis.
Oh, wow.
I have a leg that is a quarter inch shorter,
Okay.
right? Nobody knows because it's
Wow.
hard to see.
Okay.
So my spine has taken major
Wow.
a blow over the years,
Wow.
right? So I literally have pain that I live with, and
Mm.
part of me being out of pain is taking 90 injections of hormones every 4 months. That
90?
makes me put 19. I have pictures. Yeah,
Wow.
right from my neck to my ankle. And
Wow.
hear what? I'm never going to say, feel sorry for me, feel sorry
Right,
for me.
right,
That's not
right,
me.
right.
That's not me. I have to smile whether if it makes me, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know why I'm putting on the weight,
yeah.
but again, it's how people are in this era.
Mm-hmm.
I have people telling me that they need my pictures to alter, and I'm saying
What?
I don't want to be this beautiful on
Um,
IG pictures, and when you see me in person, you're
person.
gonna run.
The filters, right?
You know,
Yeah,
I'm kind of okay. You know, I do the makeup and stuff, but
yeah.
I'm not telling people like it's crazy. Your pictures are completely
Completely
different.
different.
I
Yeah.
know that the man that is lying down beside me wakes
Mm.
up and sees
So,
someone very much closer to what they see in
yeah,
real life. And
yeah,
I'm okay with it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so happy that we are having this conversation right now. Because like I said, I'm literally just processing everything that you're saying. Because like I said, doing this for a very long time, I get criticized a lot. People send me all kinds of things to post on my platform, but I'm like, I'm not posting that because that's not what I'm about, right? The views or whatever the case may be, it's okay, it's fine, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're going to get the message that I'm trying to give out. Even if it's 2 views, I don't care. You're going to see it because somebody's going to say, oh, did you see? Did you see? So I'm glad that you have the platform that you have. And most people probably don't even know this side of you. They just know that you do tea time and you tell people business and whatever, 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 but they don't get to see this side of you. This side of you is totally different than the tea time side of you. So I'm glad that you're being open and honest today. And I really appreciate that.
And if they see the recent interviews, and if they actually went to Tea Time with Shelly Quran on
Mm,
YouTube, they would see that it has progressed
yes.
into something of a meaningful
Yeah.
conversation
Yeah.
that has, yes, it does have tea.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have
You,
a show
with
called
tea
Tea
time
Time and not
without
carry
tea.
the tea. But we do leave with messages,
Yeah.
and as I said, the agenda, self-esteem, confidence, and depression
Mm,
are one of the ones that are closest to me
yeah. Yeah.
to bring awareness to. I've had doctors, I have politicians.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not one set of people
Right.
or whatever. We have, we're broad based,
Mm-hmm.
and we are here to talk about things that
Matter.
matter
Things that matter.
also in people's lives.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm going to ask you your business, and
Yeah.
that's it.
That's it. You
We,
want to tell it or
we want
not?
to know your business.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't do like scripted shows or any of those things.
No,
Okay. Okay.
no,
Yeah, I tell people all
no.
the
And
time because I get asked a lot of times, "Oh, can you tell me what questions?" No, I'm not telling you what questions I'm going to ask because I want this to be organic. Like I want us to exchange energy and have a conversation, which is much better.
correct.
You know what I mean? Which is much better than, "Oh,
It's
here's
so
everything
much.
I'm going to ask you and what is that?"
Listen, again, with the Dewey or any of the interviews I've done has been totally on energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I never know what I'm going to ask until
Yeah.
I sit in the chair.
Yeah.
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 So that's how I've been operating. My job is to find out about your life,
Yeah. Yeah.
put myself spiritually in
Mm.
your body,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
what you may be going through, and I absorb all the headlines and
Yeah.
I start feeling your pain, how you may be feeling. And that's how I come up with my questions.
I'm laughing because that's exactly what I do. I don't read bios. I don't read them. I really
No,
don't
I
care
don't
about
either.
them.
I
I
don't.
I don't care about them. Like I want to learn while I'm talking to you. I want to learn about you. Are you managing any artists right now? Are you doing any of that right now?
Yes, I'm working with an artist called, I have two artists that I'm working with.
Okay.
Alibi, yeah. It's Alobi. Everybody can go up to his thing. Uh, he's from Jamaica, but he sings Afrobeat music
Oh,
like
nice.
never before,
Nice.
and it's completely different. Um, from Tea Time, I Don Youth came on my show.
Okay.
We had a connection. Don Youth, you remember Don Youth
Yes. Yes.
from the 90s, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So Don Youth asked me to help him, manage his
Nice.
career, and that's just since the other day. So that's new. So I am now challenging myself, bringing, going into the rebirth of his music. And
Nice.
again, this is based on energy.
Energy. Energy. That energy.
Yes.
If you wasn't doing this, what would you be doing? What do you think you would be doing if you wasn't doing this?
Well, I do so much more because I'm still working with musicians. I
Okay.
do
Okay.
bookings. I
Okay.
work with Javalani too. I book for Javalani. I have a show,
Nice.
he has a show tonight that I book. Yeah, I book for a couple of artists that
So
I
you're a
have
booking
good
agent as well.
energy. Yes.
Okay.
A
Okay.
manager when that's there. I have a hair, I own my own hairline. It's
Nice.
called Wigs by Shelly. Yes, I have my own products for hair care.
Mm.
And there's so much more out of the hair care line because again, I do not aspire, like when I look at somebody,
Mm.
I think of when I look at my module, my business model, I don't go and look and say, okay, I want to be anyone average. I look at the Kardashians and see how
Yes.
they roll out their product
Yes.
and
Yes.
say, this is how I want to roll out my product.
Yeah.
So I'm nowhere near where I need, and that's how I keep myself motivated.
Nice. 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 I
Yeah.
love it. I
So
miss.
I always, if you notice, I Wendy Williams.
Yes.
So I will never say I have a good, great, the best show because
Mm.
I have to ensure that, did I get it right?
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
biggest critic of myself because I am, again, aspiring to be some of the best.
Definitely.
So I'm still have a whole leap to go. But what I notice, the more that I'm doing it, is the more comfortable and I think I'm getting better as the episodes
Go.
go. Yeah.
Miss Shelly, I'm telling you, I'm literally standing here like this is me. This this is this is me because when you first start out something, you're nervous, you're sweating, you're all of these things. And not to say that every time I stand here, I don't get that feeling in my gut like, oh my God, are you gonna mess up today or whatever? But as you do this, and I re-listen to myself, I record every interview that I do, and I re-listen to see the things that I can fix, I could change, what I can add, and those types of things. So I think what people don't realize is that when you're doing this type of stuff, it's a lot of work. This is a lot of
It
work.
is.
How do
It
you
is.
take care of
And
you?
oh,
Your mental health.
I
Your mental health. How do you take
my
care of that?
mental health is priority. My
Yeah.
mental health. So my mental health is utmost priority because I had a long history of depression after
Wow.
I had my last daughter.
Okay.
Yes. So I sunk into serious depression, and
Wow.
people still mock me over it because
Mm.
I literally had a meltdown on IG. You know,
Wow.
I
Wow.
literally turned my own life with my husband, and no one realized that I was going through
Depression.
serious postpartum depression.
Depression. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, having gone through that and wrecking my own life,
Mm. Mm.
okay, um, mashing up friendships,
Mm.
cursing people out for no reason,
Mm.
I do take it very seriously to bring the message out that this
Yeah.
can happen to anyone.
Anybody. Yeah. Yeah.
And there are times and there are people like I'll have to say Cardo.
Mm-hmm.
Cardo understands that if I say, listen, I'm not feeling well this
Not
week, I
today.
don't
Not
I,
today.
it's not today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cancel. I never got enough sleep,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't feel like I'm gonna give you my 100. I'm
Mm-hmm.
okay. So Shelly takes care of her by being able to have people one around me that understands that I am susceptible to
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
So you all need to know that when I say this, they check in. They make
Mm.
sure I eat. They make sure that I'm rested,
Nice.
and I do take my breaks. So that's
Nice.
how I do it. And furthermore, I do not hide my story.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've literally had my sister apologize to me about 10 years when I had my breakdown, my mental breakdown. She
Mm-hmm.
said, they used to say, oh my God, they instead of anyone carrying me to a doctor, they were literally blocking me. My family was blocking me on social media. That really,
Wow.
really hurt, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I felt abandoned, I
Mm.
felt alone. But my sister, she had a small piece of it later
Mm.
on in her life. And she
Wow.
said, sis, if I knew what you were feeling,
Wow.
I wouldn't have been this,
Wow.
turn my back. So, yes,
Mm.
it is important that when I see people with this sign,
Mm-hmm.
I try to help.
Mm-hmm.
I will, if I see someone having a breakdown, and especially social media is one of the easiest places to see if someone is close to making these
Yeah.
messages like they're about to commit
Yes.
suicide.
Yeah.
It's very,
Yeah.
very, it's very telling.
Yeah.
I will be the one to send a message and say, hey,
Are you
are you
okay?
okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk? And
Yeah.
those are people that I spend my downtime
Mm-hmm.
talking to.
Nice. Nice. I absolutely love having this conversation with you today. While we're continuing to have the conversation, just in case the live cut off, I'm gonna restart it because they give me an hour to have a conversation and then it cuts off. So I just wanted to let you know that. But in doing all of this and getting, a lot of times there's conversations about stories that people don't want to get out about their lives. Do you ever like live in fear or look behind you when you're walking, just to just to be safe? Like, do you ever do any of those?
Regret any story?
No, do you ever walk in fear? Like, do you ever look behind you
No,
when
no, no,
you're
no, 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 no. No, I told you I'm close to my God, my
Mm.
Jesus, which is Yahweh. And I know where
I think somebody just called her. Yeah, I think somebody just called her. Get with the fix, Michelle G. We are having a conversation here with Miss Shelly Ann, who has her tea time show in Jamaica. I think somebody probably just called her, but we are here having this conversation, getting to know her. So hopefully the live comes back on, and we can continue having this amazing, great conversation. Yeah, she's gonna have to come back in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to restart the live. I'm going to restart the live so that we have a little bit more time.
Auntie Shelly, me have a bag of things for talk. I tell Marvelous, they tell me some enough to say nothing, but right now my back brother slippery. And this need for feet. Come and say your science, but it's a math chemistry. Them I wonder how the dancer have so much lyrics. I only facts me a chat, me nah wrote. General study me a take on no back to me. Every man a chop a science and a talk, say a science want to POA, OAIT. Me know the money is free, but knowledge you have to free. Me no like how SSL wrap up. Nowadays them gyal no working, a rely pants working for run risky plastic. Me a call out Shelly with the hot tea. Come I can't believe pretty suck off RT. When I no care, I at 20 and police and squaddy Vegas camp. Me can't think that Jamaica's not a real place. Them a rap all the drinks and show them the crime rate rise, chicken, back flour and rice. Now we need a meeting only. Poor people can't afford a purpose seasoning. Today, if you're living is a honoring to all blood just a run like water. Somewhere now no dollar, somewhere now no cent. You know this a cat to make a shana buy. Somebody lock up Dexter cookie. Can you notice it a mother people? I'll cargo pull gun pan him data and I move like a Kelly's. Valiant get rubber Antigua because him bring waste girl in a dip. The industry venting the queen it texting and Papa say 6 basti film style food. But I told him I look at him did say feet. Me and plea guilty get charged with felony. The judge them beat up. So you're not here to add the put out. I saw me get him, me selling nobody ask me. Jada get job from our kingdom. Them say she a move like her thing. Shani said she turn back. Cause she can't really bother from she get.
Yeah, with the fix, Michelle. Hi, Malika. We were having a great conversation with Miss Shelly, and I think somebody called her or something like that happened 2 seconds ago. But we are back here. Hopefully, she's able to come back on the live. That was a great conversation. It's always dope. Getting to know people. Thank you, Malika. It's always great getting to know folks. This is why I do the show. This is why I do this show because I love folks life. I like their stories. So I'm always grateful when I'm able to do those things. But in the meantime, let's see if Miss Shelly and I are gonna get back on. We're gonna play some music. We are going to play some music.
Yeah, man, son of man. Some more money, more problem, but for them problem, they still don't know. Beauty, always, yeah, Shakespeare. Me a walk around down to travel by a few. I'm if you take your body and put out the door. I know the two of them in the designer and they are this kind of. Girl want me in the clothes, so they use a toast. Hard work brings happiness. I saw my blow one brick for the hardest. Cause every scene of a past, every scene of a future. We drop a tear with the glass ring. Beauty's in the struggle, Lord. Pleasure is always in the pain. Please don't bury me now. Oh, beauty's in the struggle, Lord. Pleasure is always. I'm asking what Zaga representing. I'm asking get with the fix.
Go to Fix Radio. This is the new rhythm. This rhythm is the painless rhythm. I believe the producer is Shakespeare, but it's the painless rhythm. Brand new rhythm just dropped this Friday. Friday was brand new music Friday. If you've noticed, if you were paying attention, every artist all over the place was dropping music on Friday, dropping brand new music. So this is the painless rhythm.
I'm asking what Zaga representing. I'm asking get to the Fix Radio. More money, more problem, but for them problem, they still don't know. Beauty, always, Yo, Shakespeare. So me a walk around down to travel by a few. I'm if you tell your body a foot out the door. I know the two of them in a designer and they are designer. Girl want me in a them clothes, so the youths are toast. Hard work brings success. I saw me blow one brick for the hardest. Cause every scene have a past, every scene have a future. We drop a tear when the glass rain. Beauty's in the struggle always. Pleasure is always in the pain. Please don't bury me now. Oh, beauty's in the struggle always. Pleasure is always in the pain. Please don't bury me now. Oh, feel good to pull my belly with the dog, them when we start with the realest that I girl, them yeah, the one them when we start with. Me and talk long before the talk with. When I used to beat we up like Tyson, we are war with, yeah. So me bless on no more, the more with me and they know me fear the sun and me family is the rain. Me elder them, they tell me the life is a game. So them teach me the game and me play it the same. Go be everything you want in this life. I can make it all dark, get that this tribe. Enough hard work, enough sacrifice. I don't feel no way me that do it again twice. Me did always a picture. Me make it cheat them and me family them richer.
It is brand new music, brand new music, brand new music. Like I said, on Friday, it was brand new music outside. It is Mother's Day weekend. I'm gonna stay here probably till 6 o'clock. Give the nail shop some time to die down so I could go to the nail shop. Because I'm sure everybody and their mama is at the nail shop right now. So I'm gonna give the nail shop some time to breathe so I can get there at maybe after 6 and do my toes and my nails. It is Mother's Day weekend, people. Uh to all, why is my mother looking at me? To all the mothers in the world. Uh yeah, it's your day. The one day, I'm not sure why it's just one day for mothers. But then the fellas complain that, when it comes to Mother's Day, when it comes to Mother's Day, the ladies get more than the fellas. Father's Day is like blah to them. But Mother's Day, it's Mother's Day. Everybody is taking care of the moms. Malika said, yeah, she went to the nail shop yesterday for that exact reason. I'm telling you, I'm just gonna be here on Get With The Fix Radio until 6 o'clock. So that way when I go, it's not a lot of people in there.
Pull it out, yeah. Alright then. Calling me. Tell me ready. Talk my ear. Just man tell them we send the location. Me no pull up anytime when we free. Time to see me. See it up. Remember what I would treat. People I say, if I saw me wallet. If I saw me wallet. On the blocks, take it here like say me hard to it. Do all with it. Like it a gathering. People I say, if I saw me wallet. Yeah, I saw me wallet. Ladies, it's your time. Version is there. No filter. Your body hotter than the party, them a taste is. Come wine up, embrace it. You're the regular, no basic, girl. No makeup, I can still look fine. Girl, you're cute, face some of them. Some girl dying. Through your body, you're sexy. Man, I'm waiting.
So Miss Shelly is back. Miss Shelly is back on the line. What happened 2 seconds ago?
I don't know. My internet went haywire. I don't know if it was 1 hour we've been talking. I don't know. Barack Entertainment, pick up yourself. But I don't mean to take over your program,
It's
but
okay.
I think we reached a point where I think I needed to answer this question. So I was scrambling to get back online.
Okay.
So you asked me if I walk with fear.
Yes. Yeah.
And I wanted to answer this so it's such an important answer. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't walk with fear because I am team Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
and I know where I'm going. And that doesn't mean that I am saying I've become holy or nothing like that,
Mhm.
because up to yesterday, I saw a video of dancehall queen Carlene on my profile, and I was mad. I wanted to say, I was wishing awful things on her,
Wow.
and I had to fight with my conscience and
Mm.
said, "Listen, you have to forgive."
Yeah.
And I cried, and this is
Mm.
yesterday,
Mm.
to understand that to walk in the path that I have to forgive even those that haven't asked
For
for
forgiveness.
forgiveness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I done cry yesterday and weep at the words that she, as someone that I looked up to,
Hmm.
saying all those words about my son, my dead son, my
Wow.
living kids. Yes,
Wow.
behind, I don't know if you know the story, but she was caught. When you're, she was caught on a private conversation she didn't know was taped, and it was leaked on me. And
Wow.
boy, it was stinging basically from somebody who, I did everything for.
Mm.
So this is over a year now, and believe me, it's just yesterday I feel that I have to release. But I
Yeah.
had to go lock down and get into this release,
Mm.
because I am on a mission to be closer to Yahweh.
Yeah.
So, fear.
Yeah.
I want to ask you the type of people that is doing the work for the devil.
Mm.
You think they have any fear?
They don't. They don't.
So why do you think that Shelly, who wants to bring highlights, is going to come in meek and mild?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be the typical one that goes to church and go, "Hey,
Yeah.
man, you must give up." No, we're going to call it tea time.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to ruffle feathers.
Yeah.
And that's because the fight is not a normal fight.
It's not.
And when you're talking about the entertainment industry, if you open your eyes to more and more that's coming out with the music and the devil
Yes.
work,
Yes.
the
Yes. Yes.
devil
Yes.
that is signing contracts for people to make
Make.
it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what I'm covering these days is how much your soul is worth.
Yeah.
So when I tell you I've stripped down my ego
Mm.
to not wanting much anymore to be happy,
Mm-hmm.
truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a work in progress, but I am likely, I'm not a good candidate for the devil's work. And every
Mm.
day I work harder to be a candidate for Yahweh.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's my work in progress, but I cannot be afraid. No, do I leave myself careless and all of that and out about everywhere and stuff? No, because I have kids that love me.
Yeah.
They,
Definitely.
even though I am okay, I'm just not gonna keep myself careless, because I
Of
have kids
them.
that uh, despite what Colleen says, my kids love me. They think I'm a wonderful mom, and I am.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a balance there, but it's not fair.
Yeah.
It's being sensible. I don't have any fear. I was out last night
Mm-hmm.
with the people in the garrison. I
Okay.
don't have any fear.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because people think that, and I feel like I am the same way. Because again, I'm at a time in my life where I have so much peace. I've let go of people that don't have my best interest at heart. And although it took me years to get here, but now I'm at a place where if it doesn't sit right with my soul, I'm not doing it. I don't care.
And that also for me, how far it goes. If it doesn't, there are interviews that I have refused,
Mm.
big names that I'm not comfortable being on the same sofa with you. And if it means I'm not going to get views, I'm just not going to get views. And that's where I am in. This is where I am.
Yeah.
And if I'm not comfortable with what my program might look like, I don't force nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I force nothing.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I don't think people realize that when you get to this point in your life, how powerful of a human you are. That you could walk away from something and be like, whatever. Next.
Next, and I'm I'm going to tell everybody that remember I'm 48 in a couple weeks, 2 weeks or so.
Mhm.
Listen, my awakening, and what I love about my awakening, I wasn't in, a lot of people run to find Jesus
Yeah.
and all of that. Well,
Mhm.
he found me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't in crisis. I never was running to nothing.
Mm.
He came to me
Mm.
literally and told me in my dreams
Mm.
about my purpose.
Mm.
And over the last couple months, it has been growth that it showed me that all my mistakes, that's why I'm the first one to say, listen to me, me did there with Bad Boy Cartel.
Yeah.
I will tell you.
Yeah.
And me, I will tell you about any mistake I made.
Yes. You can't come
Would
tell
I
me
do it
my
again
business.
now? Is that the type of person I would choose now?
Mm.
No. The person that I'm with right now is someone that I read spiritual quotes with and learn something about feeding my spiritual side.
Yeah. 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 How did you get
That
here?
showed me real love because if I'm in pain, they will want to massage me. If
Yes.
I'm going down the stairs, they know they have to help
Help
me.
you. Yeah.
That's the kind of attention I'm looking.
I mean, hello. I tell people this all the time. I've been saying this a lot to my friends also, that you have to get to a point in your life where the simplest of things make you happy. The simplest, somebody just sending you a good morning text and your whole face is just like, you can't stop smiling just for that. I think a lot of us as women, a lot of women are we live in a social media world where the body's done, the this, the glitz, the glamour, the vacations, but we don't really know what these folks are dealing with when they go back home from these lavish vacations and all of that. You might be sitting at home like, oh my God, I can't afford a vacation, but do you have peace? Do you have peace?
I listen. I am at the most peaceful,
Listen.
but I still have my wants.
And yeah.
I did without a vehicle for 4 months, 3 months. 3 months. I literally was driving in an Uber, and um, I said to myself, Shelly, you've had a vehicle from you are 16 years old, privileged, but yet you choose to sit
In an
out
Uber,
and
yeah.
say, how does it feel to go to the number one, it's one of the most expensive schools in Jamaica, in an Uber, carrying your white looking kids, out of a taxi, picking them up. Well, I felt fine.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I cared not what anyone or any big name or anybody up there, the parents dropping them off and saying, where's her things? None of your damn business. That's where it is.
Yeah.
Up here
Yeah.
and up here.
Yeah.
And back there.
Yeah.
And to nose all through your ears. None of your business.
Exactly.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? Whether or not. And that's the earth that I want to walk on.
Yeah.
And the fact that I really don't care, really, I have no explanation for you.
Yeah.
Whether
definitely.
I'm getting a new one or I'm flat ass broke, I do not care.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I'm telling you, I am glad. Not that I've ever been like this person who didn't have peace, but the type of peace that I have now, it's like, please remove yourself from beside me I don't want any negative conversations. Don't come to me every day with the same drama. Figure it out and let's move on to the next issue that's going to come into your life.
Yes.
I don't know how I got there, but I'm grateful. I think the pandemic. I think it's the pandemic. I think it was the pandemic, because what happened to me during the pandemic, that I didn't have COVID. Thank God, I never got it, but my son did. And when he got it, I literally had to feed him from outside the door because I couldn't get in contact with him. That, I think, changed everything about my outlook, my life, and everything. Like, imagine a child that you sit and you have conversations with, you eat with, you hang out with, and all of that type of stuff. And this thing hit him, and you have to literally put his food outside a door so you can walk away and he can pick it up. You know, and I think that's where it changed my everything.
The truth is that the how I was progressing, being more like, when you reach to this level of energies and having a certain type of power.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about media power. I'm talking about energy power.
Inner. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's a inner power, and you see things and you can feel things.
Yeah.
Me started a progress of meditating and being alone. Because people, now I really understand that you can be in certain spaces with people and be contaminated with their energy.
Yes.
So I was prepared for COVID. I was already isolating myself. So I reached a point where I truly believe that even your sexual partners can bring and transfer demonic spirits.
Yes.
No, in my earlier days, let's just use the king of dancehall. Would I have used him? No, I probably, a lot of things that I was doing in latter years probably wasn't even me. And that's how I really feel.
Wow.
Okay, that's how I really feel. So who I choose to be with today has to have certain core with their soul. It's a soul connection.
Yeah.
And I have to make sure who they were as people, because that's how serious energy is.
Definitely.
And I believe even through, that's why I don't just do any interviews.
Yeah.
I watched you, your purpose, how you look at things, and I made that decision that I would do it with you, because I felt like we were going to have a meaningful discussion today before I even met you.
Yeah.
And we are.
Wow.
No one has ever heard Shelly ever say, I am a worker of Yahweh and I'm closer in my purpose.
Yeah.
I am not a perfect human being.
No one is.
But I'm definitely working on it continuously.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say
and
that.
I will make mistakes.
Oh, definitely.
But I'm going to question myself.
Yeah. I'm going to say that I was literally surprised when I was told that you were going to do this interview. I was. I reached out to Cargo and I'm like, I would like to interview Shelly. And he said, oh, that's one too. I said, really? Okay. And when the exception came through, I was like, really? Like, I was still in shock that I'm like, is she really going to do it? Like, is she really going to be here? Because, Michelleg, I've had several interviews. I've promoted several people. And the day of the interview, I'm the one standing here and
well,
but what I will say though, I look at that and I say, you know what? That's God. Like, why do you even care? Next.
True. and let us just say this. You are my first interview for the year.
Yeah.
And I purposely stated that I would not be doing interviews this year unless it had meaningful connections.
Yeah.
So you don't worry about that, because the conversation that we had today is going to have a lot of people talking about the depth.
Yeah.
of energies,
Yeah.
purpose, Satan, Yahweh, and even questioning themselves
Yeah.
on what are the things that they are watching.
Yeah.
What are they talking about?
Yeah.
Did you watch the program where we were fighting for kids and missing children? No, you didn't.
No.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's there. It's
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Shelly's Tea Time. She does those shows.
Yeah.
They're gonna call her a mix-up
Mm-hmm.
because that's the one you want to
You
watch.
watch.
No.
Definitely.
Is that a reflection on me?
No.
Or is it a reflection on you?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. What won't you compromise? What won't you compromise for
You
yourself?
have to ask me the question again,
What
like
won't
in a different way.
what won't you compromise? Because a lot of times, when like with me myself, in doing these interviews, I am not the type of person who posts anybody naked on my platform. I don't do those types of things. And I get a lot of promotions coming my way, but when I see naked women, that's where I'm like, no, I'm not posting anything that's naked. I won't have any interviews with anybody that is naked and all of those types of things. That's where I won't compromise what I do for myself. What won't you compromise for your tea time show?
Well, I won't compromise. I believe I will not compromise. And again, I've made mistakes, so I will not bring an unauthentic person again on the show. So,
Wow.
I have I do a pre-prep.
Okay.
In other words, if you reach out to me, you want to be an interview, I have to literally, to keep it 100% for my audience.
Mm-hmm.
I literally have you to tell me your story.
Okay.
And I have to feel your story has
If it's
credibility.
true. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I can't tell anybody if it is true,
Yeah.
but I have to have that feeling that you have a story,
Yeah.
and it's not purposely, because people miss the two. You can have a story that makes somebody looks bad,
Mm-hmm.
but is it true?
True. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to do that. But if you are on an agenda to slander,
Yeah. Yeah.
or to bring down, and I think you didn't bring enough receipts to get your story, because people don't like that the story is being told. And I am about story because the story has a lesson.
Yeah. Definitely.
Whether or not it burns somebody.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to get burnt.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And you need to be accountable for things that you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you did to someone.
Yes.
Okay. That's how I say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, everything else is fun. I'm going to be making fun of how Valiant dresses, and that's me. And that's part of my personality. And I saw him, and I bucked up on him, and he was so warm to me. And he said, actually, you beat me bad, but can you come with me to pick up my Sunfest outfit? And I since agreed. And I said, see, he's a good sport.
Yeah.
He understands that this is an entertainment show.
Definitely.
And you all should be lucky that I'm talking about you. Let us be real. Some of you should be lucky.
Very lucky.
That you're being highlighted. And that's just truth. It's a part. I have a place.
Yeah.
I have a place in entertainment. And that's it.
You definitely do. As a manager, a former manager, and starting back up managing artists, how important do you think, and do you have these conversations with your artists about doing interviews? Like, because we here in New Jersey, New York, we have a lot of artists who come to the area for shows or whatever, and they're out shopping instead of being on every platform, letting everybody know, look, I'm here. Here's my music. Play this music. Let's get this music out. How important it is, you think, for artists to do those types of things so that everybody gets to know them on a different level?
Well, there is no formula for one artist. it all depends. And let us be real. If an artist doesn't need your platform, they're gonna go shopping. And if I honest to God, if I came to New York and I knew that I could do some interviews, and I have to go to Ross and Marshalls to go find some deals, I'm gonna go.
Right.
I'm not gonna be doing everything. So it's all has to do with what you need them for content, and they need publicity. But what if their publicity is high? Do they not need time for themselves? So it's a give and take. The artists that you see interviewing regularly, half the time their career is dead. I'm telling you, just facts.
Okay.
And social media has made it worse for radio, because you don't need to go on a radio station to bring out your personality.
Yeah.
You really don't. And I didn't have to be here for people to understand. But the gift of how you connect with your audience has brought it out in a more meaningful way than I would do if I just put on my life. I wouldn't just be talking about my progression. You got that story out. So the long and short is, it's not everyone deserves a place, like they don't have to, but it's up to you to make your show marketable, that they say, I love how she did the interview with Auntie Shelly. I saw a different side. So with that way, you now carve out a place for you to say, when I'm on this lady's show, she's gonna get to the roots, but she asks some really good questions. So it has to do with a whole balance of things. I would never say an artist had to be everywhere and anywhere, because literally I can build a plan for their own platform.
True.
Yeah, I'm bad. I'm bad. Like Auntie Shelly just born in my late 40s. I'm bad like that. I'm bad.
Do you have people that, now that you said that, like, is that a business that you're gonna start doing? Like, building different people or building different artists and those types of things? Do you think it's something?
Listen, I built one of the biggest helped build one of the biggest brands in the Caribbean, and Digicel. My reign at Digicel and how I used it to propel entertainers around the world. Tifa, she spoke about me the other day. This is 20 years ago.
Okay.
Right? So Ding Dong, Elephant Man. The list goes on and on. I obtained. No one is going to write me out of what I did for entertainment or music.
Nice.
So, Devin the Doctor and all of that, going to the Grammys, he was the youngest at the time. So I did that, right? So I've always been helping to change brands, and that is my actual forte in marketing.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. So instead of marketing someone, I decide to market myself.
Yeah.
That's part of self-love.
Yeah. I like it. I definitely like it. What do you think your legacy will be?
Why, my legacy will be, it definitely is going to be Cartel. I'm going to go down in Cartel's book as the most obsessed woman. If they think I'm really obsessed, that's fine. All I know is that at a time when I didn't want him to put me out there in his songs, he did it. So at a time when now I need my show and people to know my story now with him, the one that he was pushing out,
you're going to tell it.
So you can't tell me when I can stop talking about it. I'm ready to talk.
Yeah.
I'm a talker. I'm holding. You understand? I want my name in the book. And I want some royalties.
Are you gonna write a book? Are you gonna write your own book? You're gonna write your own biography? Okay.
I think my biography, so my legacy, let's start with legacy. My legacy will be that I championed for kids, women, abuse, sex trafficking, and soon to be the demonic world of souls in the entertainment. Like, I'm ready to uncover some real things.
Yeah.
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 It will have a place in politics, but that's still a work in progress.
Okay.
Because I believe that I have a voice, and I have been very politically inclined because I care about what happens to my country and my constituency and my people. And when they truly understood my purpose, they would say, a mix up, but she was a good woman, and that's just enough for me.
Yeah. Now about the biography, are we working on it?
Not working on it. I have been asked to work on it, but I believe that I have so much other things that I want to put under my belt. And remember, one of the most important start of the best journey I could ever tell you is to know that Yahweh is my king.
Yeah.
And it just started.
Yeah.
So there's no way I'm going to be talking about biography when I just believe the best part of my journey on this planet literally just started. So we can't talk about that.
Yeah.
And I'm more excited to see where this is going to transition to.
Yeah, definitely. Now, say Cartel is released from jail, and you get the message, the phone call, I'm coming to your show. How is that gonna go? How will that go?
Blockbuster. The biggest show in history. And if he knows what he knows the type of woman that I was to him and a friend to him. But as a person, would he do it?
Yeah.
Would he make an unselfish move for someone? I don't have that faith. But it would be probably the most viewed show worldwide.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Are you guys friends or anything? Do you speak to each other? Any of that type of stuff?
No, he blocked me about 6 years ago because I didn't visit him in jail, and I've been writing him since. So I have a lot of, I still have a place in my heart for him. We connected, but our journey was never going to be the same, and we were never going to align because of my purpose.
Yeah. I like how you've accepted that. As a woman, you have to accept that certain things just wasn't meant to be, because that's not my ending path in this world, in life.
Perfect.
A lot of people don't know how to do that. And I think that's how women become bitter.
Remember, I told you I had to dance with the devil to meet or understand my purpose. So why should I regret any of it?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like
I actually survived it.
Yeah.
So if anything, all the mistakes that I've made, and I'm still here. And people are still talking about me. People are still subscribing to me and stuff like that. I'm still here fighting. That means it made me a very strong woman.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing to regret.
What is some advice that you would give to a young woman, a young man, anyone that wants to do what you're doing? What is because I see that there's a lot of other women who are doing podcasts. They're popping up all over the place to be on top, to take over.
No shade, but shade. I'm inspiring a whole generation of them. And guess what? It's cute. I literally get tickled and said, oh, another one found out. But guess what? This is where the confidence come in, right? Because I'm a confident bee.
Yes.
There'll never be another Auntie Shelly, and I am natural in it. So I am welcoming them. I say, come on over to the YouTube, but there'll only be one Auntie Shelly. But, just like when I was inspired by Wendy Williams,
You're
I
the
am very
inspiration.
proud to say that I have inspired
Yeah.
a lot of women, especially in the last couple months. In
Last.
the last 2-3 months, I've seen a lot of artists turn podcasters in the last 2 months. So, you know,
Mm. I watch, and to me, I'm looking like, okay, so a lot of us who do these things, right? We do it because like my job outside of this is very hectic. And I do what I do as my mental health. Like this is mental health for me. And a lot of times I look and I'm like, are you genuinely doing this, or do you think you could do it better than somebody else? That's why you're saying, let me just do this and see where it goes.
no. Okay, so I've had this um purpose or goal to be a top TV host.
Mhm.
And I told you from Inspirations,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
10 years. However, um, with my son being very severely ill,
Mhm.
I literally put all my goals and aspirations aside
Mhm.
for many years,
Mm.
right? Looking
Mm.
after him
Mhm.
and trying to dumb down my
Your
talent,
light, your light.
just dimming my own light purposely.
Yeah, yeah.
So after he passed, and I took 2 years to grieve,
Mhm.
still grieving. Tomorrow's Mother's Day is going to be
Yes.
very hard.
Yeah.
The grief never stops,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But 2 years, I really decided that I would start living. So imagine I had this on my plate 10 years.
Mm.
So I didn't have any time. I had to upset a lot of people when I just launched because I got to get my name out there. It's
Yeah.
like, this should have been done 10 years
Years
ago.
ago. Yeah, let's
And I
go.
would
It's
have
go
been
time.
way ahead of the game
Mm.
had I started, even if I started in COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
If I started in COVID, my numbers would
Would
have
have been
been
crazy.
would
Yeah.
have been through
Yeah.
the roof.
Yeah, yeah.
So knowing that I sacrificed all of that, waited, and now I said my time is now.
Mhm.
My time is now. My time is now, and I'm
Mhm.
not going to apologize for my time.
No, no, no. I would
And
hope
I'm
not.
not apologizing for still ticking
Mhm.
all the things that I had
On
on
your
my
list.
life.
Yeah.
Because taking care of a child that was severely couldn't walk and couldn't talk
Mm.
and had at least 50 seizures a week,
Wow, wow.
he was born. It's not an easy task.
Mm.
So I was there right till he was almost 18.
Mm.
And it's just my time. A lot of people don't even know I gave up moving to Ireland with my then ex-husband because my son could not
Not
take
go.
the cold.
Wow.
He could not live
Wow.
in a cold climate.
Mm.
Okay. That was giving up an Irish passport.
Mm.
So when I know Yahweh came to me, it's because of the sacrifices that he knows about.
Yeah.
Not what you all think
Yeah.
or wrote down and no.
Yeah.
He knows about the personal struggles.
Yeah.
And that's what has brought me closer.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. Who is one person that you haven't sat down with that you would definitely want to sit down with?
Oh my God, we're such a young podcast. There are many, 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 many people. I am looking, and I mean, come on, there are people that I've reached out to, and they're afraid of me. So, they're afraid of the tea. They said not this time. But what I love now is that in this last year, I've had so many people, especially international stars,
Nice.
reaching out to me. So right now, it would be very silly for me to start naming names because I want to sit with people like Luke Skywalker. I want to sit with people like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I want to sit with Diddy himself. So
Yes.
I'm not limiting myself.
Yeah.
And the sky is the limit right
Yeah.
now. And I do not see myself just working the local scene.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
am literally gearing myself now to take my podcast on an international
International.
level, covering the news
Yeah.
of stuff that happens in America.
Yeah, definitely. I love the direction. I absolutely love the direction because at the end of the day, when we start doing these types of stuff, radio, podcasting, whatever the case may be, the idea is to grow, right? Not just to stay
Yes.
in that one place all the time. The idea is to grow. So now, like, a lot of times when I put your flyer out, I got so many inbox messages like, oh my God, Michelle, Shelly, really? Like she's gonna do an interview with you? And I'm like, yeah, it's happening. That's why you see the flyer.
I just wanted to thank you for inviting me. I'm very humbled. Every time I hear somebody wants to interview me,
Mhm.
the first thing comes to me is I say, come on, why me? So I'm humbled for the invitation. I want to thank you for, raising so many important questions and getting to know me and my transition. And I want to big up the tri-state, New Jersey. You're locked in because I
Yes.
see the numbers coming in from New York. I just want to thank everybody who has believed in tea time
Yeah, yeah.
to, keep believing, and thank you for the support. And that's it.
Yeah, definitely continue watching Tea Time. She not only gives mix up, there's great other conversations as well. She's an advocate for women and children who are suffering, lost, missing, all of that type of stuff, folks. So please, Shelly, give
Sex
everybody
trafficking.
sex trafficking. Yes, I'm a child abuse investigator. That's my 9 to 5. Well, 24-hour job, not 9 to 5, because but that's what I do from during the day. So I understand, and I want to thank you for being one of those people that is out here fighting for the children who are going through these types of struggles, who are constantly being murdered in Jamaica. Why, now that I brought that up, why do you think that's happening? Like, why is it so easy for men to just feel like they can rape, abuse, and murder young girls? Like, why do you think it's so easy that's happening in the islands?
Um, in the island, boy, if I could answer that question, I believe that if anybody knew the real answer, I I wouldn't say that I have all the answers, but I have my
Oh, you went out.
yeah, my battery is going to go
Okay,
low. So
okay,
I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm
okay,
gonna tell you my theory.
okay.
I don't know if my answers are true, but I believe that especially in the culture of Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
where men and glorified having, one gal and gal in a bungle,
Mm-hmm.
gal from Rima, gal
Yeah, from
from
jungle.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So what happened is that we have been living on this glorification of fornication,
Mm.
multiple women, less marriages,
Mm-hmm.
less respect for marriages, and let us be clear.
Mm-hmm.
The homes that are brought up by a mother and a caring father
Mm-hmm.
in a joint respected has proven that the children grow up to be aspiring
Mm-hmm.
um, individuals with morals. But what happened to the ones that didn't have a father? They
Yeah.
they had half the chance
Yeah. Yeah.
of learning what was meant to
Be.
be.
Mm-hmm.
What was meant to be. If a mother was meant to carry kids by herself, we wouldn't have needed the
A
sperm.
man. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So everyone has their place. So when we have so many broken homes and then we celebrate it, and
Mm.
then the man thinks that by having 15
Multiple
and
kids.
20 children and 30 children,
Mm-hmm.
that they're coxmen. They're
Mm-hmm.
actually borderline waste men, if you
Mm.
ask me.
Yeah.
Because you can't really, even if you can financially
Provide.
give them support,
Yeah.
there is no way you
The
can give them
emotional.
your emotional,
Mhm. Mhm.
teach them, be there for
Mhm.
the occasions that is going to supposed to be memorable.
Yeah.
So in a shorter way, it's the family structure.
Mm.
Because I would say to you, my family unit was pretty strong
Mm.
at home. So I would listen to all the rap gangster. I loved rap, hip hop, and I was East Coast, West Coast. I was, talking about the shoot ups,
Mm.
but I would never want to hurt an individual.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because I believe I was educated, my
Mhm.
parents really worked on me
Mhm.
as someone to know right
From
and
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So therefore, I am not influenced by any artist. I can literally listen to Cartel, to
Mhm.
B.I.G., to Tupac, anyone, and not say I'm going
Going
to
to,
have
yeah.
anything divert
Yeah.
how I treat
Yes.
or how I influence me as an individual. No, they may influence me on buying clothing
Mhm.
or brands. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Murder? No.
No. Yeah.
Rape? No.
Mhm.
Beating? No.
Mhm.
Shooting? No. But there are people who are influenced. And that's because they hear cartel playing or in their houses more than their dads.
Ooh.
So he becomes
The father
the
figure.
person the person they look up to
Yeah.
further than an artist.
Yes.
He's the only man.
Yeah.
No. So long story short, I think the family, we have to start looking back at ourselves,
Mhm.
at how we view relationships,
Mhm.
respect. And again, I was part of the problem too. So I'm not
Mhm.
here judging anyone.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm saying I've realized how important it is to keep the family together.
Definitely.
I didn't even know this when I was ready to walk out on my own family
Family.
that I helped build.
Yeah.
So I'm not here saying that I am a saint or new. I'm literally looking at the world from a
Different.
different
Yeah.
sphere and even able to say, Shelly, you made some mistakes too, but
Mhm.
it's also from where I grew up. So divorce is an easy word to use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we were in Ireland, by the way, the whole community would have come down to our houses and says, we don't get divorced here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We actually say what we say,
Mm.
and through thick and thin, we
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah.
And they have the whole support of a community.
Yeah. Definitely.
While in Jamaica, it's mix up.
Mm.
It's people are fuming it.
Mm. Mm.
Left the boy and take him things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then me go and say,
Mhm.
yeah, me rich. Well, what is rich?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is rich without family?
Family. Yeah.
Of having exactly, again, my brain and mind wasn't spiritually where it needed
To
to
be.
be.
Yeah.
And my phone is actually going to die
Okay.
now.
All right.
So
So, Shelly, please
I don't
give everybody where they need to go look for tea time if they don't know already. Where it is that they need
yes,
to look for
we're
tea
on
time.
YouTube. So you can go to YouTube and please, please, please subscribe
Yes.
to Auntie Shelly, Tea Time with Shelly. You can just punch in Tea Time with Shelly. I'm actually gonna have a new show called Daily Dose with Shelly. You can look it up right now and just start subscribing.
Yes.
But we will start dropping stuff next week.
Nice, nice. Miss Shelly, again, thank you for being here. Thank you, Cardo, for putting this together, making sure that this happens today. I
And
appreciate all of
big
you.
up my manager, DJ Frost.
DJ
I hope
Frost.
him here.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, we said DJ
No,
Frost.
Frost City, right?
Frost out record, not DJ Frost.
Not DJ Frost.
But guess what? both of them are my really good friends
Nice,
too. So
nice.
I'm always
You're
calling
all
them
yes,
differently.
yeah. So
Yeah,
again,
big up DJ Frost
big up
anywhere
Frost.
there.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you, Shelly. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And I will be looking at tea time. I will continue to look at tea time.
Subscribe.
Yes, and keep pushing out. Keep doing this. Don't stop. Keep going.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
All right. Have a
Much-
great evening. Bye, Cardo.
Bye-bye.
I know you're right there. Bye. Have a great evening. Get with the fix, Michelle. G. Thank you, Miss Shelly, for being here today. This is the second part of the interview. The first one is already up on my page, and I'm gonna post this one too as well, and also some clips in the coming week. So have a great evening, everybody. I'm Michelle G. My show is called Get with the Fix with Michelle G. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. here on Get with the Fix Radio. And my Saturday Instagram lives, I do that for folks that can't do the Wednesday show. So bye, goodbye, bye. Thank you again, Shelly, and thank you, Cardo.
It's your time. Version is there. Nothing tough. Your body hotter than the party, them a taste is. Come wine up, embrace it. You're the regular, no basic, girl. No makeup, I you still look fine. Girl, your cute face, some of them. Some girl dying. Show your body hotter, you're sexy. Man, I waited line. Wake up, no makeup.
Yo, you don't know it's your girl, Danica. You're listening to Michelle G. Get with the Fix Radio. And right now, it's all about ready. Let's go.
I pump put ladies are this if you tell someone. My love can't buy money. I mean I need man shine to my life sunny. Me now waste time with waste man. Me change from your start more funny. Hey, yeah. Every real girl can relate. Yeah, up top, girl, you're so weird. Play games and I move sideways. So I'm snap for your money straight. Yeah. Every real girl can relate. Me alone one mate, but you want boy in. You can't keep your body in a one place. So I'm snap for your money straight. Ooh. I want them. Them not sit and get evil. Stiff them out like evil. Dead. Won't give them the evil laugh. Me say your bad girl thing hurts. 22 in my verse, tell a girl try jerk. Bad girl thing hurts. 22 in my verse, tell a boy try jerk. Me say me fat and bougie, and my have couple shoot it. Them not afraid to squeeze it, set it up like a movie. You tell me say a word that you want to stop me going start it. Load up the blicky never stick when me sound it. Pepper your end with a bad girl, bad dolly style in a short. So we kill them.
I wonder if it's safe here. Tell me not Shakespeare.
So many sleepless nights and them the system me yeah. Give them everything but what them dish me a dirt. Yeah, say me a pussy but I show me a light. But things are right, them treat me like profanity at church. Them can't drain me energy, me have to reserve. Never bought for vanity, me quality me preserve. And them damage me first, not give me what me deserve. But when me retaliate, them say me a the worst, yeah. So me never give up, better feel up. Remember what you have to do? You will lose people, but keep yourself, not the energy up. Keep your energy up. Any remedy work, just know the beneficial. Some of the day you feel the benefit of. Cut me like any scissor, try up every disaster. No matter the cost, that prove to me I got some level balls. Like a studio, me a touch and it alone. If I some song, you have to make them each and one. Yeah. Me no want nobody have to make them bitch and one. Just believe some family have my soul. Yeah. Feed them live happily, I'm a goal, Romilly, a band rich, Cecily, you couldn't pour. Rapidly, me go for funds, trouble them, and me live up it up, big one, I look for healing when the earth and nothing on.
Yeah, man, son of
I'm going to say no as I got represented, so I get to the Fix Radio. Michelle G. Us.
Yeah, man, son of man. Them some more money, more problem, but I prefer them problem than still, you know.
Beauty, strong, always.
Yo, Shakespeare.
Tell me you walk around down to travel by your view. I'm if you tell your body, you put out the door. I know the two of them in the designer, and they are this kind of. Y'all want me in them clothes, so the youths are toast. Hard work brings success. I saw don't have a future. But drop a tear when the glass rains. Beauty's in the struggle always. Pleasure is always in the pain. Please don't bury me now. Oh, beauty's in the struggle always. Pleasure is always in the pain. Please don't bury me now. Oh, feel good before my belly with the dog, them when we start with the realest that I girl, them yeah, the one them what we start with. Me a talk long before the talk with. When hunger used to beat we up like ice, so we are war with. Yeah. So me bless on no more, the more with me again. Now me fear the sun, and me family is the rain. Me elder them, they tell me the life is a game. So them teach me the game, and me playing the same. Go feel everything you want in this life.
6 million
No dark than this stripe. No hard work and no sacrifice. I don't feel no way me that we can get it right.
Good night, people. Good night. Have a great evening. Good night.
You into my mind. Right. Tensions are rising. I really wanna see you tonight.
Come check me now, baby.
Really wanna see you tonight.
I know we're driving you crazy.
I swear I know that it's wrong. I really wanna see you tonight.
Give bang bang.
Yeah.
If loving you is wrong, well, I don't really want it right. Oh, no. In my arms, that's where you need to spend the night. Love you through the darkness, straight up to the light. In my part, just I make sure you're satisfied. The rasta love you need a way you want. You're strictly natural park, and it's either when you plan. You're keeping very down. And 9 months later, well, you must be baby born.
And it feels so right. I really wanna see you tonight. I wanna see you tonight. I wanna be alone. Really wanna see you tonight. I really wanna see you tonight. I wanna see you tonight. I swear I know.